Hey everybody, I gotta work on the lighting in here. It is not, hold on, maybe that's better. Okay. I'm at my parents' house, so I'm kind of working here. There we go. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to another live stream on the Miniac, and tonight it's my birthday, so I thought it'd be fun to hop on here and chat with everyone, see how everyone's doing, answer some mini questions if I happen to have them, and apparently ate too much today, so there's that. But I'm going to go to these things. So Michael Carlson popped in here. Happy birthday. Thank you, Michael. Hope your electric mini's doing well. But I thought it'd be fun to do something here. So a couple months ago, I'm going to do an actual video for this later and actually put together a video series for this. But a couple months ago, a company contacted me called Bav Sound, and they do basically stereo retrofits for BMWs and Minis. So I have a gigantic box sitting next to me right here, and they basically sent me this entire kit for my car, and I'm going to be filming an entire video series, or not video series, I'm going to be filming a unboxing video and an actual install video before and after kind of thing with it, and you're going to get to actually see everything as it gets put together. But, I mean, I got these things here, got some, what are these? These are mid-range driver. I got tweeters. I have more mid-range drivers, so I'm assuming that mid-range driver, they mean speakers. I don't know the full-on technical jargon when it comes to stereo equipment, but this could be incredibly fun, or it could turn into a complete nightmare. It depends on how long it takes me to install this, because I'm going to do it at my parents' house. But they even sent their really cool ghost underseat woofers, which replace the ones that go under the seat. So I actually have to take the driver's seat and passenger seat out of the car to do this. So that's going to be fun. I'm actually going to unbox these on the actual unboxing video, but if you want, I guess I could maybe open one. I mean, if you guys want me to open one, I'll open one. Kind of let you guys see what they look like. And I could just open this really small, just one tweeter here. This is apparently the one that goes into the center of the dash. So some of you all know I have the Harman Kardon sound system, so this is basically a retrofit for the Harman Kardon sound system. This replaces all the Harman Kardon speakers with these really nice high-end, high-quality products here. And I really want to open one. I wonder if I should. I'm going to try to open this one at least so you guys can see this. But in the meantime, thank you, Elijah, for the happy birthday. Thank you, everybody who sent me a happy birthday. Hillary, thank you. But I'm hoping everyone's doing well out there. I want to hear if anyone has any mini questions for me while we're looking at this. So this is the tweeter. And wow. I'm already kind of impressed by this. So we'll get the wiring out here. So this is the wiring. And that's the tweeter. So it doesn't look much different than the stock ones, although these have really nice looking metal flanges here and all that good stuff. So this looks like it's really, really well put together. So I'm kind of curious when I actually take the other speakers out of the car, do a comparison of the two and actually see how they compare side by side, because I don't know much about what's actually stock in the car, but they look like they're in good shape, or they look really nice. I mean, of course they're in good shape. They're brand new, but I like them. So I'm going to get a chance to install those suckers soon. So how did everybody enjoy the Mini Together event a couple weeks ago? Fun? Hope everyone had a good time with that. Let's see here. Glenn Hennessy, happy birthday, Miniac. Keep it mini. Yep. Earl B, 31, wishing you a very happy birthday. Thank you, Earl. And I apologize for the reflection and the fact it's a little dark in here, but if I take the glasses off, I have trouble seeing. And if I leave the glasses on, everything's reflected blue. But I'm trying to work with what I have. I wish I had some more light in here, though. Suppose I could turn some more lights on. I'll be right back. Let's see here. Here's one. And that didn't work. Okay. So one light was all I was able to do. All right. Well, this is a very comfortable house to sit in and do a live stream. That's a little bit grainy right here. I apologize for that. Hope everyone's doing well, though. I'm curious if anyone has any mini questions. I'm here to answer any and every mini question possible because I am the Miniac after all. So I have to answer lots of mini questions for you. But that's just my thing. So let's see what else. Well, this is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to actually getting a chance to do something with the install with these. What else is in here? I don't know what I'm going to need these for. Foam, mid-range foam gaskets. There's even adhesive in here, so I'm not sure what I'm going to need that for. Nah. Let's go ahead and open the Ghost subwoofer. Let's pop this sucker open and see what's in here. Kind of like birthday presents right here. You could say I got something for my birthday right here. Let's see. All right. Well, there's that. And all right. I can definitely say their box work is very nice. Oh, here we go. All right. So let's see here. Whoa. Hey, that's pretty sharp looking. Oh wow, it really is plug and play. Look at that, it just clips. The cable just plugs right into that on the bottom of the amp or sub. Wow, this looks pretty high class, high dollar stuff here. I really like this. Now I'm kind of curious what the Harman Kardon system looks like when I actually start removing them from the car. So this should be pretty interesting, but these look pretty cool. So those are the subs, and apparently these are really, really popular because I have a friend who, when I told him I got these, he really wants these for his car, and he has a GP3. So if Bad Sound's listening, he's been interested in doing a video for them all as well. So let's see here. No, that's really all I'm going to open right now. But yeah, lots of cool stuff going on. Not much really new right now with Mini. I know there's going to be some special editions coming out later this year. We all know Mini Taste States is going to be next year, hopefully. So hopefully I'm going to be trying to do part of that at least. I've heard there's several other special editions coming out later this year and next year. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with some of those. There's going to be lots of cool stuff still coming from the Mini brand, so don't worry about that. There's rumors that Mini's moving production of the Convertible. Basically, they hinted at they're going to be doing that, and I'm pretty sure they're moving it back to Oxford. The Convertible was built at Oxford up until about 2016 actually, and I think the new Convertible came out. No, I don't remember when the F57 Convertible came out, but I know that the Convertible was being produced at Oxford up until a point, and then it was produced by VDL Nedcar in the Netherlands. So it's built there with the Countryman, but they're going to be moving the next generation Countryman to Munich. So I imagine they're going to be moving the Convertible back to Oxford. But that's basically just the standard stuff that we've been hearing lately from what Mini's been up to. Not much else going on really. Car inventories are still low right now, so if your dealership has cars right now, great. If your dealership doesn't have cars right now, be patient. They'll have cars eventually. Parts have been in short supply. Like I ordered a part for my car and I'm still waiting for it. So hopefully it gets here. Hopefully it gets here soon. Any estimates as to when the HK chip shortage is? Well, the issue that we noticed with the Harman Kardon is that there are a bunch of cars shipped to. The chip shortage seems to be affecting certain cars, but it only seems to be affecting there were a bunch of countrymen that were shipped to the U.S. without their amplifiers, and so they had to stop sale on those. So the amplifiers are being shipped over as quickly as they can, and they will be installed at the cars at port, and then the cars will be shipped to the dealerships. So those will come. There are a bunch of cars right now that have a chip that have the Harman Kardon Delete that are coming over, and from what I know about Harman Kardon, they are working on a solution with that, and they should have Harman. I think they're going to have Harman Kardon available again fairly soon within the next several months. But I think because of the way the chip shortage is being, they're going to probably do something similar that a lot of other car companies are doing. If you didn't notice, if you ever go out to one of the Jeep dealerships lately, you'll notice that the Jeeps that they have out there are the Grand Cherokees and the Grand Cherokee L's, the Wranglers and the Gladiators. There are very few, if any, Cherokees, Compasses, and Renegades. What I heard is they cut production on all of those so that they could transfer all the microprocessors, microchips from those cars over to their cars that actually sell a lot of. So what I think is going to happen is Mini may do something similar potentially to offset that. Maybe their higher trims get the Harman Kardon and their lower trims don't, or something like that. Or maybe their more expensive models basically get the Harman Kardon and then the lower level ones don't for the time being. But I think they're finding ways to work around it. I'm pretty sure they're going to find a way to resolve it. So I think we're going to be seeing Harman Kardon coming back in some capacity toward the end of this year. And I'm hoping by the middle of next year, we're back to full capacity with Harman Kardon, and you can get it on any car you want. But they're working on it. They're going to have a solution for that. There's been other car companies that had to resort to getting rid of options, getting rid of accessories. Some companies have even resorted to not shipping cars. As we know, Ford was doing a very good job of not shipping cars. And apparently their trains are doing a very good job of not shipping cars as well, because one of them derailed traveling through Missouri, carrying lots of brand new Ford F-150s, several Ford Explorers, some Ford Transits, based on what we saw from the photos. So looks like they might have another shipment of microprocessors they could just salvage out of those cars and put them in cars that are currently sitting on empty lots. But they're going to have them eventually. They're going to have everything eventually. So, Timothy, everything's going to eventually be resolved, I'm sure, and we're going to be seeing Harman Kardon back in full swing pretty soon. But we just got to be patient. I mean, things are just not moving as fast as we want them to, but they're moving. So I'm pulling out another speaker here just for kicks, and it's not a kicker, but this is what is this? This is a mid-range driver. So there it is. Pretty snazzy, right? So really big magnet on the back. Ooh. Carbon fiber cone. I like that. Yeah. Pretty well put together. So as you know, most standard speakers use paper, but looks like the BAV sounds use carbon fiber. If you notice the plug, what I mean by when they say these are plug and play, look at this. So these connectors just connect right into the standard wiring on the Mini. So when you take out the old speaker, you just pop these right in, and they clip right in in the stock locations. So that is amazing. Now I'm a little concerned that the cables might be long, but I think it'll be workable. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. But I like the quality so far, so I'm looking forward to installing that. And those are basically the three speakers that came for the car. So now what I do, speaking of BAV sound, actually, they offer an upgrade kit for cars equipped with the standard speaker system. So if you have the standard speakers and you were unfortunate enough or unlucky enough to get one of the cars that came with that Harman Kardon Delete, you can install this kit in that car and get a much better quality speaker than the standard Mini Cooper S or Mini Cooper speakers that are in there. So these plug right in. You just gotta swap out the old ones, and they're not going to void your warranty or anything like that. You can have a dealership install these. You can install them yourself. You're not going to have to worry about having an issue with warranty. So that's a nice thing as well. Timothy said, my usual question, will 2023 be the last year for the Clubman? Any news on Mini killing the Clubman? Last I heard, Mini is not going to kill the Clubman. I don't know if they're going to kill the name or not, but I think I heard they're not going to kill the Clubman at the moment. There's been no confirmation on whether they're going to kill it or not. There's a video coming Monday about the future of the Mini Convertible, which we all know, but I thought I'd share it anyway in a video. But I don't think they're going to kill the Mini Clubman anytime soon. So I think we're going to be seeing that car for a while. We're going to still see the current Countryman for a while until they redesigned that car. And we all know the new hardtop is coming out soon. BMW's been working on something called solid-state lithium batteries, something like that. So we should see something with battery technology improving significantly in the future for electric cars. So we could see a 300, 400-mile range Mini out there at some point in the future. In the meantime, the 140-mile range is pretty decent for an electric Mini. And one of the members in the Mini Club, one of the guys who commented in here, Michael, he has an electric Mini, and he did a full Mini drive with our car club, a little over 200 miles round trip, and he rapid charged the car before we left, and he rapid charged the car when we got to one of our destinations, and then that was it until he got home. So he was able to drive 200 miles basically, and only had to really rapid charge once or quick charge once, and it worked out perfectly for him. He was able to do a nice trip. Now, obviously, 200 miles is a little bit easier than, say, 500, 600, 700 miles with an electric car. But if we can get to the point where the range is 300 to 400 miles, and then we get stuff like rapid charging stations across the country, then you could do something like that in an electric car. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent. To answer your question, Timothy, no, I haven't heard anything yet on if they're going to kill off the Clubman. I don't think they're going to, though, at this point in time. So, yeah, Timothy, you're right. They might not be what I said about the Harman card makes sense. You might not be able to order a base Cooper with Harman card, and that's probably true. And to be honest, Coopers are usually the worst selling cars in the U.S. It's strangely enough. I mean, they sell really well over in Europe because low horsepower, more fuel efficient, small car around the city. But they don't seem to sell very well in the U.S. Cooper S's and John Cooper Works seem to be, and of course the electric seem to be the best ones in the U.S. And even if you notice, they got rid of the Cooper Countryman for the U.S. market. You have to special order one, and they got rid of the Cooper Clubman completely. So we don't have that in the U.S. either. Timothy said here, first of all, Cameron, thank you for the happy birthday, and very nice Mini you got there. And Timothy said, last I heard, the Clubman was going to be replaced by a larger crossover. Glad to hear the Clubman is still okay for now. Clubman's not being replaced by a larger crossover. There is a vehicle that is being built that is going to be a larger crossover based off of the next generation X3 that is going to be called probably the Traveler. And it's going to be the smallest version. It's going to be a really small car. It's going to be another small crossover, but it's going to be a 3-row small crossover. And it will be potentially, what we heard, it's going to be full electric. So we're going to have a full electric 3-row crossover. We're going to have a full electric Countryman at some point, a full electric Clubman, full electric hardtop, full electric convertible. So we're going to have some pretty cool electric cars coming out from Mini in the next 10 years or so. So that's something to look forward to. So yeah, there's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming from Mini in the future. Spring, I think we're going to be seeing potentially a electric JCW, something along the lines of the GP electric, like we talked about in the last live stream. So we're going to be seeing something like that at some point. But that's going to be a pretty cool car as well. And I'm hoping it actually looks very much like the Pacesetter car that we saw recently. So yeah, there's good stuff coming out. The Clubman's still around for now. The Clubman, honestly, is one of my favorite cars, and I think it's I want to say underappreciated, misunderstood. It's not really. As someone once said, it's the best car you've never. It's basically it's along the lines of it's the best car you never heard of, and that was something that the brand educator from Mini USA said. Is basically it's the best car you've never heard of because it's a fantastic car and no one seems to really care about it. I mean, the Countryman's kind of the thing that everyone wants if they have families. The hardtop for fun, for just around town driving, convertible around town driving, sport or long trips even. But families don't seem to think that the Clubman is a good car in that regard. And the great thing about the Clubman is as far as cargo capacity is concerned, it has more usable floor space than the Countryman. Yes, the Countryman has more interior headroom in a way. It really actually doesn't. I think they have very close headroom. It's just that you sit more upright in the Countryman and you sit more down low in the Clubman. Timothy, yeah, it's a wagon. It's a wagon. Nobody really cares about wagons in North America. You say that, and yet they'll buy Subaru Outbacks like they're going out of style. They'll buy Volvo XC or they'll buy Volvo lift or even regular wagons, lifted wagons. They'll buy Volvo ones all the time. They'll buy Subaru wagons. They'll buy Audi wagons, the RS6 Avant. Well, the RS6 Avant's an amazing car, so of course they'd buy that. But they'll buy wagons. They just don't seem to want to buy the Mini Clubman. And I think it's an unfortunate situation there because the Mini Clubman is an amazing car. And it's one of my favorites. In fact, automatic transmission aside, my next Mini after my hardtop would probably be a JCW Clubman just because I think they're a great car. Of course, I'd have to go through all the trouble of putting spacers on it, some new wheels on it, lower it a little bit, and really just kind of have fun with it. So it ended up becoming a bit even sleeker looking car. So there's that. But yeah, it's kind of weird that the American market doesn't seem to like wagons. I mean, BMW had some fantastic wagons. They now have an M3 wagon that we don't get in the U.S., and we should. But instead, they're bringing over these stupid hatchbacks that look like they look like coupes, and they call them sedans because they look like sedans, and they call them coupes or grand coupes because they have 4 doors and all this stuff. I'm like, you can put 4 doors on it; it's still a sedan in my book. And now it's just a sedan with an impractical rear door because you smack your head into the door jamb every time you get into them. And I know this from experience. But I think the hatchback thing is ridiculous. The hatchback sedan thing is ridiculous. I'm like, if you're going to have a coupe, have a 2-door. If you're going to have a sedan, 4-door. And if you're going to have a wagon, have an actual wagon. I mean, it's almost as bad as the BMW X4, the X6, those crazy SUV, coupe, sedan, whatever you want to call them. Whenever I see those cars, I think of the Nissan Murano Cross Cabriolet, that 2-door lifted SUV convertible that looked the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I think the only lifted SUV convertible the only crossover utility vehicle convertible that actually seemed decent looking was the Range Rover Evoque, and even that was a bit of a stretch. Truly, the only SUVs out there that look good as convertibles are the Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Bronco. Those are the only 2 out there that can be convertibles. So, therefore, I think those are the only 2 that should be out there as convertibles. But I digress. Another happy birthday from Devlin Day. And see what Timothy says here. The next Mini, JCW Clubman in enigmatic black with a brown leather or lounge leather. Can't decide. Enigmatic black. That would look that's kind of a bluish black, so I think it would look really, really good. It wouldn't look bad with the Chesterfield brown leather, but I think the lounge leather would look pretty good. But you know me, I am a huge fan of the regular Dynamica interiors because I think those just look amazing with the fixed headrests and the upgraded side bolstering and all that stuff. I just really like those seats. But I know a lot of people out there like a little bit more luxury, so if I had to pick between those 2, I probably might go with the lounge leather just because it's a black interior. It might actually look really, really sleek that way. But that's just my thoughts. So, Timothy, if you wanted to go that route, go for it. Otherwise, it's completely up to you. Joseph Anthony, I have a Clubman S, and I love it. Clubman S, great car. Very good car. Devlin Day, still want a mini sports car. Yeah, I mean the Superleggera concept was a great car. They just never built it. We could. I mean, as far as sports cars go, if you go buy a used one, the R58 and R59 Coupe and Roadster are still fantastic cars. They're still out there, and they still have relatively low mileage because they're so rare. So that's basically a sports car for everybody. Joseph Anthony, enigmatic black with multi-tone roof, definitely a good choice. That's the one I did in my video, and it's a great color. Timothy Daniel, speaking of the Bronco, it'd be great if Mini brings back the Beachcomber concept. The Beachcomber concept, I remember that car. I think I could get video footage of it and do a video with that car. That was kind of a mix of like the old Mini Moke and, pardon me, the old Mini Moke and just an idea of having a Beachcomber kind of off-road car almost, but it almost is akin to basically getting a Mini Countryman just taking the doors off. But I wouldn't do that. Yeah, that'd be an interesting car. I don't know if Mini would actually build it. Most car companies these days tend to be a little bit conservative when it comes to what they're going to build and what they're not going to build. I mean, if they wanted to go really extreme with some of their cars, we would have seen the GP3 looking a lot more like the concept car that we had rather than what they ended up building, which, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic car, but the concept car was so out there. It was just ridiculously out there. That would have been an amazing car. But, I mean, the GP3 is still an amazing car, but that was just, the other one was just like on a whole nother level. Joseph Anthony, I wish they would release a special edition JCW Coupe edition with all the new technology. Oh, so basically you're thinking like an R58 Coupe with JCW Coupe, but with the B46 engines and B48 engines and all the new running gear and all that stuff. That'd be pretty cool. I can imagine that would sell really well. Unfortunately, I don't see Mini doing it. I heard rumors at one point that they were talking about like buying like old R53s even and like refreshing them and then reselling them, but I think that kind of was just a one-time thing, kind of see if they could do it, and they kind of changed their minds. So that unfortunately did not ever happen, but would have been cool if it did. But yeah, I see what you mean there. To take like a JCW like the R58 body maybe, and just like graft it onto a well, you really couldn't. The wheelbase is about an inch longer, so you would have to either transfer the parts into an R58, or you would have to shorten the wheelbase of a F56 and put the body of an R58 on it. And I don't know. That might work. That would be an interesting one. If anyone out there wants to do that, I mean, someone put a BMW M3 V8 engine into a Mini Cooper, so why not just the upgraded BMW or Mini Cooper F56 running gear in a R58? That'd be pretty cool. That would be a fun car, actually. I'd buy that. In fact, I know a lot of people would. Yeah, I'd buy it, definitely. That'd be fantastic. I would actually kind of wish I had a JCW Coupe. That car, funny thing about the JCW, here's a funny thing. JCW Coupe, JCW Roadster, R58, R59. You know, if you remember, those two cars stuck around about as long as the R57 Convertible did. The reason for that is kind of funny. It's because that everyone thought like those two, the Roadster and the Coupe, were kind of restyled hatchbacks. They weren't. They were actually built off of the convertible platform. So because they were built off the convertible platform, they had the same bracing, the same kind of rest of the body for the most part. Those cars kind of stuck around a lot, about as long as the convertibles did, when the hardtop kind of just vanished. So let's see. Joseph Anthony. Timothy Daniel, any upgrades planned for Bandit JCW Pro exhaust? If you haven't watched the previous video on Bandit, the car does have a JCW Pro exhaust on it now. So you'll have to go watch that video and take a listen to it. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Joseph Anthony sold one before a JCW, and it was the fastest little car, but not popular. Yep, it happens. It happens. But yeah, I'm still working on some other upgrades. Obviously, the speakers are one of my next upgrades for the car. I have an intercooler tubing I haven't installed yet. I have a shifter bushing from Craven Speed I haven't installed yet because I don't want to take the center console back out of the car again. But I'm about to strip the interior tomorrow to do speaker install. So there's that. So Timothy, yeah, you missed the video on it. Go back and watch it. It's pretty cool. So Rolando says, happy birthday. Any advice on if I should tune my R60? Nothing crazy. I just want a little more horsepower. Tuning your R60, you could do the chip tune route. You could do the plug and play thing. If you want to go actual like tuned ECU kind of stuff, you could definitely do that. And for that person, I would recommend Mario Palza, who is out of California. He does a lot of not chip tuning. I'm sorry. He does a lot of ECU tuning on the N18 motor, the N14 motor, B46, B48 motors. He can do them all. He's really good with that. But he does a lot of ECU tuning. So basically, you send your ECU ECU to him, and he tunes it, and then sends it back to you, and you get maybe I think you get like 50 extra horsepower even in most instances, and that's a pretty good upgrade for your car. What else we got here? Timothy says quad differential LSD. I don't want to do that just because my car has a little over 84,000 miles now, and that's because I drive about 30,000 miles a year for my job. So that thing's getting a lot of mileage. So I haven't even tuned it or anything like that. So because I just don't want to risk any chance of damaging the car right now. But I haven't thought about a differential, limited slip differential. I know someone in the Mini community who I think has one in his F car. His guy's name is Larry. He's a technician at Cincinnati Mini, and I think he has one in his JCW. I know he now owns a GP3. So he at least has one with a differential, with a limited slip differential in it. I think he has a JCW. Do you have a JCW Clubman? No, he doesn't. He has a GP1, a GP2, and a GP3, but he has some cool cars. But yeah, he has. I think he has a differential in his JCW F56 JCW hardtop. So if anyone's up in Cincinnati, go talk to him. He's at Cincinnati Mini. Pretty cool guy. Great collection of cars, true Mini enthusiast. No problem, Rolando. Glad I could help. And if you have any other questions, you know where to find me. And in fact, if anyone ever wants to just chat with me directly on anything Mini related, I'm usually available on Instagram at the.miniac. But I mean, I think my name was popped up here before. Yeah, right there. So basically, come over there. You can chat with me anytime. Bear in mind, if it's during the week, I am usually working between the hours of 9 and 6. So I'm probably not going to respond that quickly because of my other work I'm doing. But I will try to get to your messages as soon as I can. I promise. I'm usually good at responding to people, but I will do my best to get to you. Any questions you have at that point in time, comments, just want to chat, feel free. I'm always available for that stuff. Want to show off your Mini to me? Bear in mind, I might share it with the rest of my followers on Instagram, so everyone will get to see your cool Mini Cooper. I may even share it on the YouTube channel at some point. You never know, but pretty cool. It'll be great to talk to people regardless. I talk to people all over the world when it comes to Mini Cooper stuff. I mean, I can't believe how many people actually contact me just to ask me or ask for suggestions on cars to buy, or what I'd recommend for a Mini, what I recommend for a first Mini Cooper, what I recommend for upgrades, stuff like that. Configurations. I know someone on here, I know we did last time, we actually did a full thing where we actually were configuring Mini Coopers on the live stream, which was kind of funny. I got a good kick out of that. Funny thing, actually, the dealership I go to quite frequently, they said that they're getting in possibly like 3 or so JCW Clubmans maybe at some point. I know they're getting another one coming in, but they're getting a bunch of different cars just coming in, and they apparently got a bunch of orders for JCWs, and they were like all JCWs. So they have a bunch of really cool cars eventually coming in, but they're coming in slowly right now. So if you order one, you're going to be waiting about 4 months or so, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, the sales manager actually tried to convince me to order a brand new JCW, and let's just say I was very tempted But I didn't go any further than that. I just kind of was like, I don't want to risk it right now, especially considering I don't have that kind of money at the moment. But we'll see what happens. So, anywho, don't have the cat with me today. I do have my parents' dog. And what is she doing? She's a golden retriever. Her name's Bailey. So she's keeping me company right now as I'm pet sitting. And she's apparently wants a lot of attention. What? Okay, now she's getting up. Where's she going? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. So now she just wants attention. Hi. Any of you out there have a dog? Or golden retriever? They're characters, aren't they? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. You good girl. Hi. So yeah, dog's joining me on the live stream now. That's funny. Hi. You itching? Huh? You itching? No. Here's you go. If you behave, I'll give you a treat later. Apparently, she wants a treat now. Okay. What are you doing? You were laying down. Why are you now up? Okay. What other questions would anyone like to? Oh, you're gonna just lay right there? Okay. No, she picked a new spot. Any other questions anyone might have, mini related? I mean, I got plenty of time to talk. Don't have much else going on. If anyone is curious, though, I do have a Dynan Elite I'm going to be selling on eBay at some point, and I have two. One's used, one's brand new. But we'll see how that goes. But if anyone's looking for a Dynan Elite, I happen to have inside information to get you one, or sell you one, I should say. So if you want one, never know, or let me know. Timothy Daniel says, I have a golden as well. Love her, but not the shedding in my Mini. That's why I don't bring her in my car ever. In fact, when I take the interior out of my car tomorrow for this video with these speakers, I imagine I'm going to be doing a lot of vacuuming first because the previous owner had corgis. And I'm still finding fur after over a year of owning that car. I'm still finding fur in the car. I found fur in my key fob. So there's probably going to be tons of fur under that back seat when I take the seat cushion out to take the interior trim out of the back of the car. So that'll be funny. I gotta have a shout out to Sammer here. Happy birthday, Monsieur Le Miniac, or as he also calls me, El Miniaco. So he is the fantastic sales manager at Baron Mini. So if anyone out there is looking for a Mini and you're not finding it at your dealership, contact Baron Mini, and he will work with you to ship the car to you if you want it. They don't have many cars right now, so unfortunately that might be difficult. But I do know they have at least a black Clubman that's pretty sharp, and you're going to be seeing that in a video in a couple of weeks. You're also going to be getting a chance to see the new theme song for the channel. But, I mean, I would try to play it on my phone for you all. But I don't think that's going to work today, so I don't know. Who wants to hear the new theme song for the YouTube channel, or the Miniac's new theme song? Because I can pull it up on my phone. If you want to hear it, just let me know and I'll play it. But it's pretty cool. My friend Elijah wrote the song for me. I paid him for it, of course, because he's a fantastic musician and his talents are worth paying someone for. So he did a fantastic job with that. He's in a band in Kansas City called, I want to say it's The Familiar, but I think it's just called Familiar. Let me double check here. I want to make sure I don't screw that up. It is called Familiar. So yeah, he's in a band in Kansas City. He's actually getting ready to move back to North Carolina, live closer to family, but he's still part of that band. He's still going to be part of that band for a while, but he does fantastic music. He makes his own music. Basically, he can record things. He can script it. He can put lyrics into it. In my case, he just did music. He just did music without lyrics because that's all I needed. But yeah. Okay. Well, Michael said he wants to hear the theme song for the channel, so I guess I'm gonna have to I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it through the speakers, but I will give it a try. Let's see if I can get this to go. Let's see if we go. There we go. It's about 1 minute 40 seconds, but I'm going to clip it up into the actual video, so I'm going to be showing you all. Well, that's the theme song basically for the Miniac, and that is all thanks to my friend Elijah who made the music. He incorporated, if you listened carefully, he incorporated the door chime from an R53. So or startup chimes, when you turn the key before you actually start the car, it gives you that little like da-da-da sound. And then he also incorporated an engine startup and the horn from Mini Cooper. So he added a few little things in there. The whole idea behind the music was supposed to be this kind of fun song, just kind of like, because Mini Coopers are fun to drive. So why not make the music just as fun with that? So may not be everybody's taste in music, but I think it's unique in the fact that it's exclusive just to my YouTube channel. There's going to be no other YouTube channel that's going to actually have that song in anything in their video. So I'm going to use other music throughout my videos still, but at least at the end of the video, you're going to always get part of, if not all of, well, not all of, obviously, because it's going to be like 20 minutes or 20 seconds at the end, but you're going to get at least part of the theme song for the Miniac. You might get that at the end. You might get a little bit at the beginning in certain spots. You might get it off and on throughout the videos in some areas, depending on how the video is going and if I want to add that kind of information in. But basically, I'm going to be using this song quite a bit over the next, over the history of the rest of this year, the rest of the time doing this channel, basically. So this channel is going to be going on for as long as I can do it, basically, unless Mini decides to pull completely out of the United States. And I hope they don't. That will be the theme song for the Miniac, basically. Pretty good song though. I was very impressed with it. It sounded really good in my car when I did when I was listening to it. So I think it's going to sound really good. I'm actually going to probably use that song as my test song when I'm doing the video on the Bav Sound speakers, just because it's a good song and it's not copyrighted, so it's not going to get me any dings for sharing that song with you all. But yeah, pretty cool. And Rolando, I'm glad you liked it. So this person, yeah, I've talked to you before. I'm glad. I can't pronounce. I want to try to pronounce your screen name, but I can't pronounce it. But anyway, I'm glad to hear you bought a Countryman, and because of my channel, I appreciate that. It means a lot. I'm glad to hear that people out there actually taking my advice and driving a Mini. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, they're great cars. You can't go wrong with any of them. They're basically, much like this dog here, they're like a family pet. So, or just part of the family, really, not just a pet. Right, Billy? So it's more than that. But yeah, minis are fantastic, and that's kind of the whole point of the music was to show how fun they are by having a fun theme song to go along with it. and I think it actually works very, very well. So it fits my aesthetic basically with the channel. It's like some of the videos it might not work with, but it's always going to be you're always going to see it at the end of the video at least. That's my goal. But what else is going on? There's not much else to really talk about tonight. I'm going to be filming the video tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to start filming for the Bav Sound speakers. I have a video coming up on Monday about the future of the Mini Convertible. Yes, I know not all of you all like the convertible videos. I don't know why. Those are such fantastic cars. In fact, the sidewalk edition convertible video I did, I was so pleased with how it came out. I was really happy about that video. And it's not doing very well. So I don't know what's going on with that. I guess you all just really hate convertibles. And I don't know why. They're for one, they're one of the only, I mean, the Mini Convertible is the only 4-seater subcompact out there that's a convertible. There's no other car brand that has a 4-seater, that has a subcompact 4-seat convertible right now. And that should say something. I mean, Mini has one of the best convertibles right now as far as small cars are concerned. And truth be told, it's not actually a convertible. It's really a cabriolet. I know I get people dinging me about that, but we call it a convertible because no one in the U.S. knows, more often than not, knows what a cabrio or cabriolet is. But basically, a cabriolet, difference between a convertible and a cabriolet is the convertible, the top is concealed when you open the top and it folds in. Whereas a cabriolet, when it opens its top, it kind of just folds up on top of the back of the car. Volkswagen Beetle did that. If any of you recall, the Beetle had the top would fold down and just kind of just rests there. I can't really call the Fiat 500 a cabriolet because it wasn't even really a convertible. It still had its sides on it. But yeah, I mean, we call it a convertible, but it's really a cabriolet. But anywho, I've kind of just gone off on a tangent there on convertibles. I have another Clubman video coming up at some point. I have a video on the Urbanaut coming up at some point. More of a showing off the Urbanaut because they apparently actually built the darn thing. I remember I was telling you all it was a virtual car. It was completely done virtual reality. I didn't think they would actually build it. And what's funny is they actually did a pretty decent job building it. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's a pretty interesting vehicle. So I'll be sharing that with you all. Working on some other stuff. I have some walk around videos, kind of cool, like looking back on videos that I'm planning for like the R53 and the R56. So like I have some video I'm working on for the R56 JCW when it was launched. And I even have some launch video, I think, from the R53. So that should be some pretty interesting video content to put out at some point in the coming weeks and months. And you're going to get a chance to check that stuff out as well. But I'm going to also try to have more original content coming to you all from actual going to drive some cars. So we'll be seeing more of that as soon as I can. Not sure what else is going to be coming to the dealerships, but you're going to be sure you're going to see it. And I'm working on some other things. I'm still toying with trying to do either a separate channel for BMW stuff or incorporating some BMW stuff into the channel. I'm toying with maybe incorporating really, it should just be BMWs I actually like. So I think the X2 and the X1 are terrible, but I included them in some videos to compare them to the Countryman. I think maybe I should actually do a video about the 2 Series because the new 2 Series actually doesn't look too bad. But I really like the old 2 Series, the old M2. I think it was a fantastic looking car. So I don't know yet. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to try to incorporate BMW again into the channel, if that's even going to work, because as someone up here earlier said when I was talking, what'd they say? They said to, yep, here we go. Glenn Hennessy here said, "Happy birthday, Miniac. Keep it mini." So I think maybe he's right. Maybe I should just keep it mini. But you know me, I'm always looking for ways to get more content out there, get more audience to come, get more people into in my audience to kind of see what's going on. Obviously, I will never show you guys like a Hyundai Sonata or Hyundai Elantra or something like that. I'm not going to do like a video on a Kia Soul or a Hyundai Kona or anything along the lines of cars about the size of a Countryman. I'm not going to do that because I think those cars they work for some people. I think they're kind of boring myself, but that's just me. Anywho, we've been in this live chat now for going on 50 minutes. Okay, that's pretty decent. I would have someone in here watching or joining me and chatting, but all of my usual suspects are busy tonight. I mean, it is a Friday night, so I shouldn't expect them to be on here with me. But I'm going to go and do nothing really. Had birthday dinner today. Had a birthday lunch and technically a birthday lunch dinner. We had an early birthday dinner. And then my sister-in-law made strawberry shortcakes, so I had those as well because I actually really like strawberry shortcake. I also like lemon cake, but we tried to make something that everyone would enjoy since I seem to be the only one or one of the few in our family that actually likes lemon cake. But I digress. Anyway, I'm going to let you go here. It's been a great night chatting with you all. I hope you all are going to have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe out there. I know things are not looking too good right now as far as some other stuff around the country, around the world, which I'm not going to bring up because then they'll get this nice little contains certain information at the bottom of the screen, and I don't want to get into a topic of a discussion like that. But Sammer, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see Lisa tomorrow there as well. I'll see Amir at the dealership because I'm getting my oil changed again because with the amount of driving I do, I'm due for an oil change, unfortunately. And then I'm going to film the video for the speakers. But I hope everyone had a great time with this live chat. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are going to, pardon me for stopping, Mini Mafia, happy birthday. Make sure you take your car for a nice road trip. I'm going to be doing speaker install tomorrow, Mini Mafia, so unfortunately it won't be driving at that point in time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Leave a like below, leave a comment, check out my playlists on every other video I've ever done. If you haven't watched any of the updates on Bandit, go watch that video as well. If you really want to see a really fun video of Mini Convertible, go watch the video on the Sidewalk Edition. It's a great car. It's a great video, and who doesn't want a yellow convertible? But anyway, I'm going to see you all in the next live stream, next video. Your next video comes Monday at 2 p.m. Central Time because I do live in Kansas. But I'm just going to remind you all before I let you go that once again, life is too short to drive a boring car. So, well, Bailey, what do we do, right? She's wagging her tail, so she knows the answer. We drive a Mini. So I will see you all in the next video or live stream. Have a great night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are around the world. I will see you all soon.